Well, hello everybody. Welcome back once again to JJ's PC Build. You know, it's JJ with you once again. First time here, hit the subscribe button. Wherever that is. There it is. Hit the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I post the next video. Okay. Today we're going to have a little bit of a different discussion. With all the things that are going on right now, with the PC parts being so expensive and everything else, I started looking around like I wanted to do a little bit of a price checking on how somebody can get a gaming console or something like that. I know this is a little bit different out of my ordinary, but for ordinary times, this takes ordinary measures. Especially when people are not going to pay the price of a new car to buy system RAM. And hello there, Dakota. Good to see you, my friend. And Dr. Blitz, good to see you once again. But who wants to pay that much money for system RAM when there's alternatives? So tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to find those alternatives, and I'm going to take y'all along with me so we can adventure together to see what we can find as alternatives to this monstrous PC overpricing craze. So, that's what they would call, Ramageddon kind of thing. You know, to me it's kind of Ramageddon. I did make a video on Ramageddon, by the way, so let's go ahead and just jump into it and see what I found. Alright, action screen time, guys. You know it. Mr. Machine sent this over to me asking me my input on this retro gaming console. Okay, this says it's an X2 Pro built-in 65,000 games. Video game console, Android 9.0. It's an emulator 4.6. It's got the S905X2 chip, which that's a 4-core chip. And it says 4K UHD, and it's got, if I'm reading this right, it says 2.4G and 5G. It's got Bluetooth 5.0. So this right here is Wi-Fi. Not too bad. But there's no reviews on it. Okay, there's nothing. No reviews or nada on this. So I couldn't tell you what they got cooking whatsoever. So looks like they're using Android as the base operating system for this. So my thought is this, that they're going to be using a processor out of an Android phone. That's what it's looked like to me, that they're using the old processors from an Android phone, retrofitting them into a gaming chip. It's not a bad concept, but is it really worth it? You guys tell me in the comments if this is going to be something that's going to be worth it, because I doubt that flash hard drive that they're going to be using for that is going to last long. I know for many of years using flash drives, they wear out over time. I mean, they wear out faster than they do the SSDs. Now, if they retrofitted a socket for an M.2 NVMe SSD, that would be worth the price of performance. Because then you would have an option to expand your reach of gaming and everything else, for the amount of games you want to put on. You can add more in later in time, so it gives you a future-proof kind of thing. And also, too, they should have made the RAM sockets usable instead of soldered on. They're probably going to be soldered. Your RAM's probably going to be soldered on RAM. You know. So, in my perspective, if they would have took two pieces and made it swappable, this might have made a good gaming console. To me, it would have made a good gaming console. But not when I found out some other things. Okay, I was looking at this, but this is the same one. Look at this. Same one. The same one. Selling 100,000 games for $99. And this one over here was 120. So you're going to get 65,000 games for 120 bucks, but you can come over here and get 100,000 games for 100 bucks and save yourself 20 bucks, and guess what? Get 35,000 more games. And it looks like the same system too. Just branded a little bit different, but it looks like the same system as well. Is there any reviews on this? Let's check it out. Uh-oh, we got one review. And let's see, the initials worth the money. The initial setup was a breeze, and the system itself is truly impressive, with the vast library of fun of games. When I encountered an issue with one of the controllers, I contacted the company. They responded promptly and resolved the problem. One review. One review. So, it looks like it's fairly new with one review. But the other one here has no reviews. I already looked. Guys, number one, when you go to buy something, don't forget your drink and snacks, by the way. When you go to buy something, first thing you want to make sure of is they have enough reviews given for that product before you buy it. And read the reviews. See what the good is and see what the bad is. Don't buy a product just because love at first sight. You can wind up spending $100 and lose that $100 on junk. You don't want to buy junk. You want to be able to get something that's going to last you a couple years and make that $100 worth it. So if they're as prominent as they say they are, then the company will make damn sure it takes care of its consumers. Not just one. One person bought off of those two sites, only seen one. And 9 out of 10 chances, the person that's selling these things could have wrote that review in the first place. So I can't really trust that one right there, that one comment, on this item. I can't trust that. If I've seen like 1,000 of them and they're all positive reviews, that's one thing. But one review on a product does not cut it. Don't fall for the green and red RGB. Yeah, that is true. Do not fall for the green and red RGB. I know it's Christmas time, and I know you might be looking for something inexpensive for your kids. Watch where you buy from. Number one, I'm not knocking third-party sellers, But until third-party sellers show me that they're prominent in their products and they're going to stand behind their products and they're not going to scam somebody, then I'll think different. But until then, I want to see, these third-party sellers get on the ball and try to sell their product in a decent manner. Not to sell it to some sucker that comes along and then, a day later they close up shop? They sell one product, close up shop, start up a new one, do the same thing over and over until they sell all their product that's junk? No. 9 in 10 chances what people are doing is they're taking old parts, repurposing them into different things. It's not a bad idea to make a gaming PC out of an Android chip. It's a 4-core chip. It's not really that powerful. It might work. If the emulator's done correctly, it could work really well. And then, this 65 or 100,000 games would be worth it. It really would be worth it. So let's go and see what else we can find on this. Okay, so we see this, and I come over here to the page. I wanted to see retro game consoles. Let's see. They got a retro handheld one for $100. They got one here, 40,000 games. It's a different company. It's a sponsored one too. 40,000 games, classic games, preloaded. Dual 4G, 2.4G, wireless controllers. Wireless controllers, look at this, for $47. Let's see. What do you get for $47? You get 2 controllers. You get the dongle. You get a 64 gig phone card chip. And now I see where this is going. Yeah. Like I said, that looks like was it the PlayStation 1 controller or PlayStation 2 or something like that? You guys can quote me because I've seen this controller before. I can't remember if it was PlayStation or Xbox. Cheap controller, but you gotta remember it's $50. They got one for $50 at 64, one at $50 for 128 gigabyte. So they're selling it for the same damn price, but one's got double the amount of storage. Seriously? That's a red flag right there. I don't even have to look any further. That's a red flag right there. Guys, you really got to watch who you buy from when it comes to this Christmas stuff. Really, you seriously got to watch. I mean, they got an Atari one. That I would probably be interested in, but that's only $100. So, game stick. This looks like a repurposed, what do you call it, that Amazon Fire Stick or something? That looks like a repurposed Amazon Fire Stick. Oh my God. I can't believe it's this bad just trying to look for something. Look at this. Same ones that were selling 100,000 games. Android, $345 for this. shit. Uh. Something wrong with this picture. Because this says that it's only got 16,000 games. Guys, 16,000. When the other one over here was saying 100,000. Look at there. Look at there. That's stupidly sick. $345. They gotta be out their mind. Retro console. Classic video games, plug and play, TV. $65.99. Handheld. I don't know, man. You guys give me some ideas here. Because, you know, looking at these, you know, these are just Chinese-based gaming consoles, I guess. For $65, it's got 600 video games. Classic mini game system with wireless controllers, AV and HDMI output. I don't know. I've seen these before. I've seen these right here before. I don't know. But this one right here is for $40. This one here, 40,000 games. 40,000 games, 14 emulators. Let's see. They give you a product description, which ain't worth nothing. No customer reviews. Nothing. So obviously this one ain't worth crap. If it's got no customer reviews, that basically they didn't sell a damn thing. That they're scamming. It's what we're looking to see if they're scamming or not. This one we already seen before. Let's see if there's any reviews. Oh, we got some reviews on this one. I can't interpret. Well, yeah, you can. Okay, so super cute with a lot of fun games. I loved it, and my son loved it. That's a positive. Caution on these. A good amount of games don't work. You get red error screens saying files are missing. Controllers lose connectivity randomly. Force you to turn them off and back on. Slot of games will start and load and then just close. Wow. That's sketchy. It's a fun interface, bit wonky and buggy. Still fun to play old games. Selection is huge. Unfortunately, vast majority of the games are games that I never heard of. Oh, it sounds like it's back in the day games. Because I proved the issues. I had first one, the newer games, it has run way better. As Brave, Fencer, whatever. Okay, so that doesn't pull me down that rabbit hole. Weird glitches. Great product of the games are on it. husband really likes this game. We are returning it hopefully for a replacement that works. One person found this helpful. The game quit working after 2 days of playing. Okay, so with all the negative that I've gotten from it, there's no positive. So, is it worth talking about? Nah. 25,000 games, you know. You guys, when you're really shopping, you really gotta really look. And I'm serious, you really have to look at the specifications. Like the reviews. What kind of reviews is the companies that are selling these getting? Are they giving good reviews or are they giving crap reviews? Okay, so far, you know, going through a couple of them, I can tell you I can see a lot of crap reviews. Basically, people that are not happy with what they got. They say it's okay on some, but not all. When you buy a product, you want to buy it when only 50% of it's working, and then you got 50 more percent that you can't use. 50 that works, 50 that doesn't. So basically, you paid for 50% of nothing. Or 20% or 80% doesn't work and 20% does. You never know. You take the good with the bad when it comes to these companies. And most of these companies come out of China. These are slammed together systems with a bunch of emulators that are not tested totally. Maybe on one or two, but they're not totally tested. That don't go through a QC check. You know, a quality control check. So, if you're buying something, look at the reviews very carefully. And if you don't see no reviews, don't buy it. They got a Donkey Kong machine right here. $129. Look at that. $21 mini arcade machine. That's if it works. Oh my. Look at this. You got the console right here that plugs into the USB. Those are a joke. Yeah. Let's go another page. Let's see what we can find. And that's just wait for 16,000 games. $345. Are they stupidly crazy? $345. Let me see what $345 would buy. Oh, it'd buy me a 5600G. It'll buy me a B450 motherboard. It'll buy me 16 gigs of RAM. It'll buy me a 256 gigabyte SSD. 450, you can go a 450 watt power supply to a 550 watt power supply. And you don't need to worry about paying for Windows because Windows is free. You can download it, install it, and you don't need the product key to play your games. So, but do remember, it's always good to have a product key because you get more security when it comes to the amount of money that you put into your PC cap. So, always remember, having that product key is always a good thing. So, but I mean, you can put a system together for. You could even buy a used PC, all put together, retrofitted, for the same damn price. But I'm just elaborating out there, guys. Just letting you know. I like how that looked. The mini version of this. They did a good job on that, I think. Let's see, what else? Oh, that looks cool. A metal box 3D arcade game console. Look at that. Now that looks cool. Now that for $300. Now that for $300, that would be something I'd be interested in. Look at that suitcase. That looks cool. Look at that. That is bad. Now for $300, that would be worth it. Oh yeah. So. HD TV VGA. They got a VGA connector on there. Good for them. Audio. Huh. Okay. I don't know. That looks bad to the bone to me, guys. That looks really cool. Plug your headphones in and just right there, boom, boom, boom. It's like you're sitting at the arcade, man. I think that's really cool. So, that's just my opinion. That's a nice little retro kind of thingy. If you're looking for a retro kind of thingy. Oh. But it's all up to you guys. Let's move on. Let's see what else we can find retro-y. That looks cool. I'm serious. That really looks cool. Yeah. That's weird. That's a weird docking port. But it's cool. I always like these little mini ones that look like this. That'd be really cool sitting in. That's an Atari 2600. That's probably Space and that's probably a Centipede. No, that's Donkey Kong probably. Who knows? But that looks cool though. That looks cool. So, I know you guys are probably saying, Jay, why are we talking about these? We are talking about these because these big old companies decided they want to shovel shit into our face when it comes to the system RAM and PC parts. So they're forcing us to go this alternative route of finding ways to have better time gaming than the ways they're doing it right now. If I can spend $60 and get me a couple thousand games that really work, that'd be better than paying thousands of dollars for system RAM that you can't even get. Because the RAM's already flown off the shelf, the writing is on the wall, and it's already being told. We're screwed I'm screwed as a content creator because of what they're doing with all this prices. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give up. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to find alternatives. That's why we're here today doing these alternatives. I'm going to start looking at alternatives. Better ways to help the little guy to get by until this craze is over with. I'm going to do it. You know, I mean, I can't see spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a PC that you only use 2 hours a day. There's most people out there that work so hard during the day, they sit 2 hours on their PC and then they're done. They're shutting down. They're going to bed. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Nothing doing with nothing. So, but it is Christmas time, guys. And for those ones that you want to treat your kids or whatever, just do your diligence and shop carefully. So that way you know you'll get a good product that will last you a long time. Because you guys know, I love the kids. Okay? I'm a dad too, so I understand. I love the kids as well. When it comes to buying something for them, you want something that's going to last them a long time. Because if it's broken games that's on there, what are they going to be doing? They're going to be hammering on you, saying, this is broken, can you fix it, fix it. They're going to drive you nuts. They're going to drive you into the loony bin, the insane asylum. Because if you buy wrong, you did it to yourself. That's your fault because you bought wrong. My job is to make sure you don't buy wrong. That's my job. Is to tell you what I think about the product. So that way you don't buy it if it's no good and it runs like crap. I can just tell by the way they word things alone how that product's going to perform. I'm trained to do what I do, and I do it very well. And usually, you can ask a lot of people, they will tell you that I am right every time I say it. So, feel what you want. If your pocketbook can handle it, then more power to you. But if you buy wrong, you got one little child that you got to worry about that, you disappointed. And we're here to make that right. We're here not to let that happen. I'm here not to let that happen to you. Yes, sir. Hello there, Unoriginal. Good to see you. Did your studio light die? No. No, I turned it off. I turned it down a little bit because it looked too bright. I'm still trying to adjust the lighting in here. I think I know what I need to do. I need to get me a big old light that's right above my head. That's a soft, cool color. A cool blue or no. I think about a cool amber. That would be really good. That's the one I got now is like a cool amber. It's a ring light. But I turned things down a little bit. I think I'm going to hang on the ceiling a big light. And then it's just going to shine downwards. And then I'm going to have the light coming forward. And it's going to come out really good. So, a little bit of work. A little bit of money. But we're going to get there. But no, my lights did not die. Yes, I do have a ceiling light, but it's pointed in the other direction. I have a ring light that's right here. I have a ceiling light that's pointed out in a different direction. But I'll show you. Oh my God. Since you guys wanted more light, I turned the light on for you. How about that? I turned the light on for you. So now we got more light. I thought it was too much light. But you guys don't think it's too much light, so maybe I can come down about, well, these bulbs are only 10 watts. They're the LEDs, LED light bulbs. They're like 10 watts, putting out 40. Oh, okay, okay. Well, you think it's better, then we're good with that. Then you think it's better, then we're good with that. All right. Well, we're gonna get back to the retro thing and see what else they got. I don't know. This looks pretty cool. But, you know, it doesn't vibe me that well. This doesn't vibe me. Look, for $78, they got 107. They got 256 gigabyte retro gaming console, 117,000 games, $79. $79. Let's see for $79 what we're getting here. Oh, it's called Super Console X. That's different. Plain as hell. That reminds me like of a Wii, like Nintendo Wii. That plain old ass color they had. Let me check my mail. I gotta check my mail. Alright. Well, I told him nobody's home. Okay, so let's see. I'm sending you the worst computer ever. Okay, well, when you do, we will look. Okay, so you're sending me the worst computer ever. Okay, well, I'm waiting for the right link then, I guess. I guess I'm waiting on the right link. Huh. Alrighty. While we wait, let's wait on the right link. Okay. Okay. Find every problem wrong with this. Okay. Sounds like a challenge. Does sound like a challenge to me. Okay. Well, let me move it from point A to point B. Okay. So you told me you want me to take a look at this, right? Let's take a look at it. Okay, it's got an air cooler, I'm without looking at the specs or anything else just yet. Not looking at nothing yet. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I guess the specs are right here. So they're selling an LGA 2011 motherboard with a Xeon E5 processor. Oh my God. Okay. This is the reason why I'm going to tell you this. Same motherboard. Right here. LGA 2011. Same motherboard. back to tearing this apart. Okay, so RGB controlled fans, not of the motherboard. It's probably a switch for the RGB. It's probably only got single colors. 512 gigabyte SSD. Bluetooth 5.0, Wi-Fi probably 2.4. Let's see on the Wi-Fi what they really done. The Wi-Fi is built in. Okay. So Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in on the motherboard. Okay, so 500 bucks. 500 bucks for this, but it's not available. And that's with an RX 5050 4 gigabyte card for 500 bucks. It's got 16 gigabytes of DDR4. Oh man, Wi-Fi 6. No. That's more or less like Wi-Fi 5. Because I've never seen a 2011 motherboard with Wi-Fi 5 on it or Wi-Fi 6 on it. Okay, so tear it apart. You ask, and I'm going to tear it apart. Let's see. 2.8 gigahertz. Shameful. 16 gigs. SSD storage. Half a terabyte. 3.7 out of 5. Customers say. I don't never read what those companies tell me that it is. So USB port don't work. Did at first, but after 3 months it stopped working. Doesn't go past the splash screen, but starts up. Oh, they seem to be loving it and having problems at the same time. Love-hate relationship. Great value, features, easy setup, fantastic customer service. They sold me a hamster wheel with flashing lights and called it an ATI Radeon 5700. Oh, that's bad. That is bad. Especially for last year's Christmas present. That is bad. Oh, no. That's bad. That right there is a crime. Yeah, I know. It's the RX. Look, it's the RX 550, right? It's no better than my GT 730. Let me go back to the main screen a moment here. It's no better than my GT 730. You guys get all the dust in there too? Yeah. There. It's no better than the GT 730. That one there's got 4 gigabytes of VRAM. It is not worth shit. So, yeah. I do agree with that. It's not worth shit. That's my honest opinion. I mean, the RX 550 ain't worth shit. Now, in this computer here, I got the RX 5500. It's worth shit. I can tell you that. It does light game, but heavy loads, no. Oh, and by the way, guys, just to remind you, someone asked me what my opinion was on these gaming consoles, these quick flip gaming consoles. So I'm responding to her in kind. And that is Mr. Machine's wife. She asked me the question. So I'm giving my response. You get what you pay for. When you're buying a console, you buy the problem. When it's got an emulator with a ROM drive, you got a lot to worry about. Especially in today's age in the digital world. I would never run a ROM emulator ever. There's no need to run it. But if this is something you're not going to put on the internet and you're going to just plug it into your living room TV and enjoy just gaming on the couch, yeah, it'll be okay for that. Don't get me wrong, it'll be okay for that. But to play Steam games and stuff like that, oh hell no. Those little 4-core processors, hell no. And 6-core has a hard enough time keeping up as it is. 4-core, unless the game is single thread performance or single core performance for the game, that would be different. But if it's a multi-core game, it's going to make a big difference, especially if your CPU can't handle multi-core and multi-threading performance. So if it can't handle it, it's going to be a waste of time. But if they got games in there that you want and you want to play those again, and they work, you pray to God they work, that's a different story. But you're just praying to God that they work. I mean, getting down to the brass tacks of it all, you get what you pay for. As simple as that. With this right here, this 16 gigs, you don't know if that 16 gigs is 2666 or even, going to 20, was it 2333 or something like that. You don't know what you're getting with this. DDR4 can reach all the way down to 1800 to 32 megahertz. Well, no, 1800 to 4400 megahertz is the band. Anything below 1600, you're going into DDR3 territory. So, what I think of it, I'll tell you what, I couldn't pay that for that. Not $500. I would never pay $500 for this. It's got too much baggage. It's got way too much baggage in there. Yeah, it's definitely got way too much baggage. And plus that case, this case right here is way too big for this. Way too big for this. And it looks small enough to be ITX. So they put an ITX motherboard into an MATX case. Pretty much. It's not worth it. I mean, the air cooler, the CPU, and maybe the case is only going to fetch you like $260. And the RAM. Well, the RAM might be the deciding factor. But if it's like below 3200 megahertz, or microtransfers on AM4 or DDR4 platform for Intel, it's not worth it. People are not going to pay the price for that low of RAM. No matter how desperate they are for RAM, they're not going to pay that. Not for $500. So now, and looking at this GPU right here, looking at that GPU, it looks proprietary and it looks like it come out of a OEM system. Those look like they're OEM system GPUs. OEM. There's not really nothing to look at. It's no... And, hold on. Reason why I say that, again, I'm going to bring this up. That graphics card's no better than this. Period. No better than this. What's there to look at? This graphics card alone, right here, this one alone, costs half the money of that system. Because this card is that damn good. Somewhat. Not total, but somewhat. So, is it worth the price? No, it's not worth the price. Just to let you guys know that it's not worth the price. So that's my answer. There's nothing here to see, because you can get the motherboard. At the time when I got mine was $125. I got the motherboard, the RAM, and I got the processor, RAM, and motherboard. All together, $125. I got 32 gigs of ECC RAM. I got a Xeon processor, the 2680, the E5 2680. I got an LGA 2011 motherboard to go along with that processor. This motherboard has one slot for an M.2 SSD, capable of going all the way up to 8 terabytes on that one SSD. One SSD. So overall, is that for $125, is that worth it? Yes. But for $600, is that worth it? Fuck no. Because I paid $125 for this, and I got all the same components that's got, except for the SSD, in which the SSD is only $42. So, to be fair, let's just say $50. So, if you take $125 for the motherboard with all the fixings on it, add $50 to it, guess what? You got $175 for the platform. Same thing that they're trying to sell. Platform alone, $175. Okay, add another $50 to it to make it $225, and that's for the case. Now add another $50 to it to make that $275. Power supply. And if you really wanted to get technical, you can get the mouse and keyboard for $15. Still well under $600. So you're going to save about, what, $200? That $200 you can invest in something else for your PC. So you get a $400 PC that runs just as well with no problems. That motherboard combo setup that I had right there, it ran 2 years. 2 years flawlessly on Second Life for my friend. Get my point? So it's been tested for 2 years solid. And it ran for 2 years solid on a game that's very graphical intensive. Hear my words. Very graphical intensive. Especially when that was ran with this right here. This is the GTX 1650. 4 gigabyte card. Ran on that motherboard for 2 years. With a 450 watt power supply. For 2 years. And they loved the gaming performance. It was a beast to them. So, can you retro game for cheap? Yes, you can. Could I convert that over there, those parts over there, into an Android system? Yes, I could. Could I add emulators to it? Yeah, I could. Could I add extra gaming to it as well? Surely can. But remember, every part that's on that motherboard is interchangeable compared to those self-built gaming PCs. Those consoles, that's a PC I just showed you. That's a PC that you can make it into a retro gaming PC. I mean, you can get it on AliExpress all day long. You can get all the parts you need to make a retro gaming PC. If you use the right seller, always look for the right one. Don't ever just shop in one store over there on AliExpress. Shop in a lot of the stores. Look at a lot of the reviews. Do your homework. Don't cheap out and say, oh, well, hell, I'll just get it anyway to try it out. That's cheaping out. You want to know where your money's being spent, then I suggest you crack on it and start doing your research. One problem that everybody has. One problem. They don't want to do any research whatsoever because they think it doesn't matter and it does not affect them whatsoever. I hate to tell you this. Yes, it does. Everything you do in life, you have to do research. You have to investigate to make sure it's the right thing. I'm sure when you get on your phone, you look for either a guy looks for a tuxedo or you got a woman looking for a wedding dress. You just don't go into the shop and say, okay, I see that one right there, give it to me now. That's not how it works. So you have to really use your brain when it comes to picking your components. I'm not saying, everybody's got a stupid mark on their head. No. There are some intelligent people, but the last thing they ever want to do is take that intelligence and base it upon their daily lives. They really don't. They'd rather base it upon everybody else's, but their own. That's the shitty part. Until they look in the mirror and say, well, hell, I should have took my own advice. And that they should have. But they didn't. So, you guys tell me if this is something that you're going to be wanting rocking with. Because I can tell you right now, the way things are going on in the world, this might be the best thing to gaming. And I want you to hear me. This probably could be the best thing to gaming if Steam shuts down and you got nowhere to go. That might be an option for you to get one of these emulator PCs. So this way, it's not a total loss to you. It's up to you guys, but me, I'll be honest with you. For me to just get it and test it and see if it's worthy, yes, I would do that. Just to test it to see if it's worthy. To see if I can game with it. Since it's got an HDMI port, I could always plug in my capture card to it and see what it does. So it's not a big deal. So there's always a way I can test it. That gives me a good idea because it's only $100. I want to get the one that says 100,000 games and put that up on the channel. Do it live. Yeah, that sounds interesting enough. Could you imagine this? You don't need the internet to play 100,000 games. It's all packed into one machine. And you're good. You can do all the gaming you want. There's no restrictions. There's no buff. There's no fluff, buff, or whatever. You're just basically you and the computer. Just having a blast. That almost sounds like back in the day on the Nintendo, guys. Nintendo didn't have any internet. Y'all ever play the Super Nintendo on the internet? Never. Because it didn't exist back then. Now the Nintendo did, but the World Wide Web didn't. That was later on down the road. Everybody was stuck on gaming consoles if they wanted to play games, right? There was no such thing as the internet. And now look at where we're at. We can't pay. We pay for our games that we can't own. Does this make sense to you now? We pay for games we can't own. Back in the day before the internet, you go and buy a CD, you own the game. When you bought that CD, you own the game. Now, in order to get a game, you have to attach yourself to a company that'll allow you to play games on their site. Is that actual, real benchmarking kind of games? Hell no. Any game you play across the wire, that's just artificially inseminated to you. If you have a game that you can put onto your PC, load it into your PC with startup and everything else, then that's genuine, not synthetic. I still got a whole stack of games on CD. All I got to do is put in the right emulator, and I can play all the games all day long with no problem. And I got a lot of them too. And no, I ain't selling none either. So, but yeah, guys, I mean, it is what it is. So, but back to the console kind of thing. Let's just get down to it and go through the rest of it. They're all using the same chip. See, they're all using the same chip. Yep. All the same shit. Let's see, what else can we get our hands into? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, that looks cool. That looked cool. Okay, who's beeping me now? Well, hello there, Mr. Blake. I will wave my hand to you. Just to let you know I'm paying attention to the Discord as well. And now I gotta pay attention to the live stream. And then when we get done and I go back over to Discord, then I'll be able to chat with you. But welcome to our Discord server. Welcome to the fam. Just to let you know that. What else can I get my hands on? I still think the one that's 100,000 games is worth the look at for the $100. For the $100, yeah. I mean, where is that? This one right here. It's still worth the look at because it's $100. Let's see what this right here. Let's see. Let's see what the chip is. Right? Type in specs. Okay. So. Well, maybe I need to remove the chip part. Maybe that's what it was. That almost looks like, what do you call it? Raspberry Pi form factor. That's what it is. Raspberry Poo Poo Pi. It's now owned by Qualcomm. So, it's not too bad for $100. Just make sure you get the right one. One that says 100,000 games. Because, believe it or not, if half of the games are broke, that still gives you 50,000 games for $100. That's 2-to-1 ratio. It's not bad. Just my opinion. So, yeah. All in all, it's all treetop tall. But anyway, guys, what else you got cooking? I will tell you, when it comes to those, you can get them. You can try it out. It's $100. If it works, then you're all good. If it doesn't, then you can ask for a refund if it doesn't work. And then if it doesn't work, you can write them a bad review and tell them about it and tell them how much they suck. So, might be worth $100. Who knows? Plus, you probably it still looks like it's coming out of Hong Kong, though. Gotta really be careful what you get out of there. You never know. You never know what you get out of there. Could the whole key thing is, could I recommend it? If I tested it and I see what it does, and if it's really good, then I could probably recommend it. But if it runs like crap and it has a bunch of problems beforehand, before I even plug it in, I'm going to tell everybody, no, it's not worth to buy it. Because it sounds like out of the gate, there's a problem with it right out of the gate. I don't know. So, till I can test it, I'll just tell you guys like this. It's a 50-50 chance you might get what you want and might not. So, it's up to you if you buy it. That's totally up to you. But I'll take the $100, spend it into my PC. That's where my biggest investment is in my PC. So I'm going to keep my investment there. Just to give you that guy's idea. But if you guys got anything else you want to talk about, or you want something to say on this, get in the chat right now. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what your thought is on this. Would you buy a gaming console to replace your PC because there's no more RAM for Christmas? That's a question. That is a question. What's going to be better for you? To not game? Or is it going to be better for you to just upgrade your components, but comes with a hefty price? So, it's a decision you have to make. I can't make that for you. I can it's like leading a horse to the water, but you cannot make them drink. It's like me leading you guys to the PC parts, but I can't get you to buy them. Okay, that's not why I'm here. I'm not trying to sell product. I'm here to save you from the product. That's the point. To save you from the product and yourself for making the wrong choice. Think I'm crazy? I'm not. I'm being honest. And that's where you need to know honesty is the best policy. And that's been the way for me my whole life. So, I don't believe in secondhand information. I don't believe in lies. And if I catch somebody lying to me, I'm going to call them out. Trust me, I will call you out. No matter where you're at, I will call you out. For the simple fact, we're here to give people the right information. We're here to work towards that goal of absolute, pure, correct information. Not misinformation, not wrong information, not information that has nothing to do with this channel. We're bringing to you what has to do with this channel. Just keep that in mind. So, and well, welcome back, Mr. Unoriginal. Welcome back, welcome back. But it looks like Mr. Machine ain't getting on tonight for some reason. Maybe he got stuck at work, who knows? We don't know yet. But Mr. Machine is home. Let's see, I'm going to buzz him. Probably a bad time to buzz him, but I'm going to buzz him anyway. Just to say hello and tell him, he missed about a good hour and a half of the live stream, So that way you all know that, he missed about an hour and a half of the live stream, because he's playing this newfangled game, I guess. Hello, sir.
I did a live stream on Friday.
I posted it over an hour and a half ago.
Wow.
I had to change my mind. I really didn't want to do a video today because my teeth were hurting a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, and I wasn't too well, and I'm not too well doing it now, but I'm doing it now because I got me some Ori gel. You know what they say, Ori gel. Get it? I put some on my teeth, so I'm kind of foaming at the mouth right now. So,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I should have told you.
Yeah, it's okay. I forgive you this one time.
Oh, you forgive me this one time. Oh, okay. Well, you didn't miss much. You remember when you guys asked me about the consoles, right?
Yeah.
Did you really look?
Look at what?
Are you looking at the live stream right now?
Yes.
Okay. So, we're going to go back to the one page.
Okay.
And where was it? Right here. You guys showed me the 65,000 games. Now I'm showing you 100,000 games for $20 cheaper.
Is it gonna work though?
I was reading the reviews on this. Some are saying half of them work, half of them don't.
That's an emulator.
It's $100, dude. What do you get 100? Even if you get 50,000 out of the 100,000 games to work, it's still what? It's still better than nothing.
Yeah.
Now the 65,000 games, you know, at $120, I wouldn't buy that. Now this one here for $98.99 with 100,000 games for $100, that's $1 a game. And if you only get 50,000 of them, that's only $2 a game.
It's true.
And if half of it works, you get $2 a game, man. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, especially when they were selling some of these games for $20 on CDs at Walmart. You know, some of the games are like $40.
I wonder what the list of games are.
I have no idea. All I'm doing is I'm bringing you to the games.
Okay.
This has got, it says 100,000.
Where's it shipped from? Amazon?
No.
Oh.
Some of them ship from Amazon.
Yeah, some ship from Amazon.
Well, this one has 100,000. This one it just came off the top. So
Okay.
it's the same
Yeah.
one. You guys said the 65,000 one. You know, you said what did I think about that, and that's what
Yeah.
I'm going off of. This is the same company. The same
Yeah.
company that made the 65,000. This is the 100,000.
But it ships from that company in China.
Yeah. So does this.
That ships from Amazon. Well, that one, the other one I sent you ships from Amazon.
Okay.
I'm just trying to protect her.
Right.
She got ripped before and her identity stolen.
Right. I understand that. Look, no, bro. I understand that. Okay. I really do.
Real careful.
You know, but if I go and look at the one you showed me for 119, right?
Yeah, I think it's 99 after the coupon.
Oh yeah, it's got a coupon.
Yeah, it's got a coupon for $100. I think.
No, it says it's got to apply a $20 coupon. Yeah, you're right, it does. So it's $100. So
Yeah, the $20 coupon. Yeah.
but there's no reviews on this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the same one that makes that 100,000 one has reviews on it. That's what I was looking at.
Okay.
The reviews on that.
So 1.8 gigahertz CPU.
That's got one review. Now let me
Yeah.
go. There was another one that I was looking at.
But it says a 4X ARM Cortex.
Yeah, I told you it's a 4-core processor.
It's fine for old games from the late 90s and early 2000s.
Oh, of course, because those were single core games.
Yeah, those are easy to run game.
Oh, of course, they were single core games.
Looks like a Nintendo. That's so funny.
Oh no, not the TMU China 100,000 repeated game consoles. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. You go to Temu and get them all. You know, they got those 1 million gaming consoles. So
Yeah. Yeah, I was checking out Pragmata, by the way. It's a free demo.
Uh-huh.
Looks great. Very well optimized.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Runs like a dream. Like a dream. 4070 would blow that thing out of the water.
I would imagine.
So I'm running 1440p, full, everything maxed out, full ray tracing, no upscaling, no frame generation. I am getting 165 FPS.
Oh, here, let me pull you up closer so everybody can hear you. So you're getting 165 FPS off of your 5070 Ti.
In Pragmata, I just downloaded the free demo.
Oh, okay.
There's a free demo for it. It's not out yet.
Right.
And the game looks nice.
Yeah.
Relatively simple, easy to play. It kind of reminds me of Cyberpunk a little bit.
Right.
The way the design of it.
I got you.
But it looks nice. Ray tracing is done well. But it's not hard to run. It's an RE engine.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Right.
He's using 9 gigabytes of VRAM, fully maxed out at 1440p. So an 8 gigabyte card will run it just fine. You probably turn ray tracing off. You probably get 7.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, but again, if you buy a graphics card that ray traces and you turn off the ray tracing because it can't handle it, then that was a poor choice in the graphics card.
mm-hmm.
That's the reason why when I was running Hogwarts last night, I ran it with ray tracing. No matter what the FPS was, I just ran it anyway.
If it's single player, it's all preference. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Single player, it doesn't matter. You can run it from 35 to 10 million FPS. It doesn't matter.
Yep, it's all up to you.
There's two things you have to look when it comes to gaming. It's called artifacting and lag, or stuttering. So if you don't see any of that when you're playing your game, don't matter what that FPS is. It doesn't. What matters is your visualization. The FPS can be down to 5 FPS, and you wouldn't know it. If you turn the counter off, you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't have cared about it unless somebody told you to turn on your FPS counter. But how accurate is your FPS counter anyway? How does it really calculating the frames per second? Is it actually calculating the frames per second? Think about it. So you get some programs that don't calculate correctly, and they're always off by 1 or 2 frames. Or some are off by 15 to 30 frames. So, how do you really know? Especially if you don't know how to build a computer and all you do is play games on one, you know nothing about the function of it. Then you would absolutely not worry about what the FPS is. So the FPS doesn't matter. It's just there to make you think it matters. But if you got dropped frames and you see stuttering, then yeah, it's going to matter. But if you don't have dropped frames and you don't have FPS that's going below 60 with your average and your 1% lows, then what are you worried about? See, the thing is this. I know my 4070 on an average runs at 100 FPS at 1080p on an average, with the 1% lows at about around 90. But the game, Hogwarts Legacy, I pushed it. I left it all on Ultra. All on Ultra. So I pushed it. because I wanted to see if it was going to artifact or not, or if it was going to stutter. And it didn't. That's the positive thing. It did not stutter. Had no problem with playing the game.
Yep.
Even
it's usually console-like playing.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I'm super sensitive to it, so I need my milliseconds to be below 15 for me, because I start feeling it. But I'm sensitive to that for some reason.
The latency doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
You know why? You already got the transfer of information over the internet latency. That's something you don't see in account. You're only accounting the latency that's on your PC. You're not accounting the latency on their servers and your ISP, your internet service provider. You're not calculating that in. By the time you get done calculating it, it would really piss you off to find out that you're pushing close to 42% latency over the wire. It would really drive you nuts now, wouldn't it? So don't look at latency being a bad thing. Because if I'm getting less than 20% on the latency, I'm happy with that. Anything over 20%, then you're risking yourself into lag and everything else. So 20% is my edge mark. And if it goes to 20%, that means I need to turn something down. Then you turn it down, that brings down the latency, you're good. It's called balance. Balance, balance, balance. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah. Well, I think when it comes to single-player games, it's going to be all personal preference. So, it's going to be up to the person.
Well, your single-player games are the benchmarking games. Because they're all NPCs. That's what you want. You don't want to benchmark one-on-one with somebody. Because here's the reason why. Their computer, not yours, their computer could drag your computer down. If you didn't know that. If you are in the same, if your avatars are in the same vicinity, on the same land plot, and their computer really sucks and it's dragging, really bad on, their FPS is like in the dirt, everybody on that land is going to be drug into the dirt. And you're going to lose FPS. So it's hard to calculate it with multiplayer. It is hard to calculate it. Because of their PC and their stuff on the same plot of land could drag your computer down. And you lose FPS. Because now your computer's struggling to write the textures. You see my point? While they're going slow, they're moving in slow-mo, it's dragging the whole vicinity around them down. And it's making everything move in slow motion. When that happens, then it's best to change maps. But never benchmark with multiplayer, period.
Right. It's hard to do it because the maps change, people change, everything changes all the time.
Their PC, everything. It's a total nightmare. You cannot never get an accurate count. So, but anyway, Mr. Machine, I'm going to go ahead, guys, and I'm going to call it quits on the stream because obviously I only see one person on the stream tonight. So I gave you my 2 cents on these console things. Mr. Machine, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Sorry I missed it. I would have been on here earlier for sure.
No, don't worry about it. It's all good. There's always next time. Remember that. There's always next time. It's always good. But I just wanted to clarify a couple things on the console thing. You know what I mean?
Yep, gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so anyway, guys, we're going to get out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed the live stream. For the little bit that we had it, we went over an hour and a half. We didn't do too bad. I wasn't expecting to do a live stream because I have pain in my teeth and stuff right now. But I did it anyway because I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. So, let's get down to the brass tacks. If this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I post the next video. Till the next time, in the next video. You know what it is? We'll see you on the next one.